Hello there. Well, I've just left the village and I'm heading out to Loch Doon. And the plan was that I was going to do a test similar to the one that I did on May the 30th last year with Lassie, when I flew her out over the loch with the the Flytron Cree strobes on, a green one and a red one, and just to see how far she could go and we would still be able to, whether we would still be able to see the strobes or not. As it turned out, she went, was over 8,100 feet, and we could still see the strobes flashing, but we got a low battery warning then, so she had to come back. So that was quite a distance, and the flight out there took about 6.5 minutes to get out the 8,000 feet. So what I wanted to do tonight was take Laddie out and do the same with Laddie. He'll be able to cover that distance in a lot shorter time than 6 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Whether his battery will last as far out as that, I don't know. And what I want to do is I want to send him out with just his LEDs, because like the Air 2S, we're all out of focus there for some reason. Don't know why that is. That's not very good. Yeah, that's better. We're in focus now, I think. Right. So just like the Air 2S, the Air 2S, the DJI FPV has LEDs on the legs. And now I wonder just how far out you will be able to see those lights in the kind of dusk and then in the dark. So I'm going to test Laddie out with those LEDs on and see how far we can see him out. And then I'm going to switch on the Cree strobes, and I've also got a Ulanzi white strobe attached to him as well. I'm going to switch all of those on and send them out and just retest them and see if we can still see the strobes as far out as we did last year. So that's where I'm heading today. But as it turns out, the wind has been picking up during the day, and it's now up to about 32 miles per hour with gusts about 42, 43, 44 miles per hour. So this is also going to be a kind of a wind test to send Laddie up there. So I'm going to be flying him in horrendous winds with big gusts in the dark. But it's over the loch. There's nothing, no people there to crash onto, no boats going this loch, nothing that can be caused any harm at all, so everything's fine, and hopefully Laddie will return safely to me at the end of this test. So I'll keep this wee journey going, which is from my village where I live out to Loch Doon. Of course, you don't have to watch it all. You can skip forward to the point where I'm at Loch Doon. But for those of you who like to see where I am, where I live, the kind of roads that I travel on a daily basis, sit back and enjoy it. Right, I'm cutting into the journey here, and we're going forward in time about 15 minutes when I've now arrived at the loch, and the wind is howling. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm going to cancel this flight with Laddie tonight, because it would be an exercise in stupidity and craziness that are even beyond my levels if I was to take him up. So sorry for wasting your time, but if you want to see the journey to the loch anyway, I'll keep that in and put some nice music on it so you can sit back and enjoy the journey from my wee village to Loch Doon if you like. And I will come out and do this test hopefully next weekend. So sit back, enjoy the journey, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up.
Strangers, am I wrong? night, you and I chasing fly. I wanna see the city lights in your eyes. There's a better life. I wanna fall in love tonight, you and I chasing fly. I wanna see the city lights in your eyes. There's a better life. Could it be you and I? Counting all my blessings, God, come get me out of this town. 'Cause every day I wake up wishing I could break up with the city light and construction sound. I couldn't wait to move, I had so much to prove. It was all I could do to get away. But now that I'm here, I'm filled with fear. In the mirror when I look at my face, all I see is an empty heart and broken dreams. Oh, you got me cussing, yeah, I'm probably running, trying to get away from myself. Do I need a vacation, maybe medication? Do you think I need professional help? I couldn't wait to move, I had so much to prove. It's all I could do to get away. But now that I'm here, I'm filled with fear. In the mirror when I look at my face, all I see is an empty heart and broken dreams. Don't give up, you're enough, kid. Keep your head up. If it's tough, you can bluff it. You'll figure it out. Got a bug, give me love, so I mess myself up with the drugs and the lover who isn't enough for me. Is it ever enough for me? I couldn't wait to move, I had so much to prove. It was all I could do to get away. But now that I'm here, I'm filled with fear. In the mirror when I look at my face, I couldn't wait to move, I had so much to prove. It was all I could do to get away. And now that I'm here, I'm filled with fear. In the mirror when I look at my face, all I see is an empty heart and broken dreams.
Hungry for the road all my life, thirsty for adventure all my youth, chasing all my freedoms down Liberty Avenue. And every time I hear a phrase my mother used to say to me, everything happens for a reason. I get the feeling I need a little taste of home, home, home. Just a little taste of home. I need a little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Nothing like kitchen conversation, steam coming up off the stove, photographs to me. Sweet words of an Irish lullaby. I get the feeling I need. A little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Home, home, home. Just a little taste of home. I need a little taste of home, home, home. No matter where I go. A little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Just bought my ticket, I pick up the phone. I'm calling to tell you that I'm coming home. Home, 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 I'm coming home. I need a little taste of home, 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 I'm coming home. A little taste of home, 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 I need a little taste of home. Little taste of home, 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 I'm coming home. Home, 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 I need a little taste of home. Home, 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 just a little taste of home. Home, 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 I need a little taste of home.
So here's the turn off that takes us to Loch Doon, along a wee road that turns into a single track road with passing places. And you'll have seen a wee bit of this road before if you watch some of my other Loch Doon videos all the way through to the end. I do some of the journeys along these roads, so you might be familiar with it. And I've just noticed that the screen on the camera, it's my iPhone 12 that I'm using to film this, and the sensor must be adjusting the exposure to make it look quite bright, because it looks a lot brighter on the screen than it actually really is. It's getting not dusky yet, but it's dark enough that people are starting to put on their headlights, and mine are on too, although the screen, you wouldn't think that looking at the screen. Now, I hope you can see that beautiful view there of the hills in the background with the snow on top of them. Quite lovely. And because it's the weekend, you'll see quite a lot of camper vans and tents, because this is a great area for wild camping, and many people come here and pitch up at the side of the road, or sometimes in the passing places where they're not really supposed to. But there's a lot of wild camping goes on down here, even though there is that campsite that I did a wee video on a couple of weeks back. But here's a car coming. I'll maybe just pull in here and let him pass. And here's some black coos just up ahead. I'll slow down a wee bit because I don't want to startle them. You've got to look at these wee black coos, well, big black coos. Maybe even open the window and say hello to them. Hello, coo. How do you do? You all right there? How are you doing? Not particularly impressed with me as they're wandering off. But maybe interesting to you. Cheerio the new coo. So I reckon in about half an hour it'll be quite dark here. And that's good because that gives me a wee bit of time to get set up with the tripods and the cameras and the different things that I'll need, so that you can actually see Laddie's LEDs as he flies off over the loch. I haven't looked in the manual to see what even if it does say anything about the range that you can see these LEDs at. I don't think that's the kind of information they would put in a handbook anyway. But as I always say, the only way to know for sure is to go and test it, and that's what we're doing. Me and Laddie tonight. Lassie's having a wee rest. There's a loch looking very, very choppy. That's because there's a bit of quite a strong wind tonight. The wind is blowing directly north, which is towards us here, directly towards us. So that means that Laddie will be flying directly into the wind, which is good because when he gets a low battery warning and he turns round, he'll have a tailwind to help him back. So I'm not worried that he's going to make it. He's going to make it back when we get the low battery warning. But there's a wee spot I like to pull in here. I'm just going to pull in to this wee spot, and then that wee hillock just in front is where I like to set up and fly. So I'll just get the camera gear out, and I'll set up on that wee hillock up there and wait for it to get a wee bit darker. Now that wind there is an awful lot stronger than I thought it was. I mean, that's really strong. I don't know if I'm going to take Laddie up at all now that I'm here, because it's certainly a lot stronger than it said on the UAV app, and I don't know if Laddie would even take off in this kind of wind. I think I'm going to have to abandon this. It's just a bit too much. I'll give it another wee while. The clouds are even moving pretty fast. And I mean, the waves are coming in there as if it's the coast and not just a loch. Oh my. It's biting cold as well. Yeah, it's an icy wind. And I think this would be an exercise in stupidity if I were to take Laddie up in this. I think there'd be a good chance that I might never see him again, because it's really quite wild. And if you liked it, give us a thumbs up. I'm out of here.